Welcome back to the McLaughlin Podcast and radio show. So excited to be with you guys today. And I just want to take a second to say thank you for listening. If you guys haven't, press the subscribe button. Would love to have you guys be notified when I am putting out new segments. But I just really appreciate you guys being a part of my audience, whether you're coming from Instagram, YouTube, or on the podcast. And we're hitting a topic that I think is super important that I've been talking to a lot of clients about lately, and also people are messaging me on Facebook and on Instagram about it a lot, and it's tracking macros and tracking what you eat, basically, and if they should do it, why you should do it. And I just wanted to go and give my 2 cents on why I think it's important that you guys track, why it's important to know what you're putting in your guys' bodies. So really starting off with it, it's just, why do you guys want to track? Why should you track? Well, if you're tracking, you actually have to manually put it in and you actually see what you're having. And for example, when you guys smash 12 Oreos, it doesn't seem like anything. But when you actually have to go and you put MyFitnessPal or whatever app you guys use and you see how many calories, how many fat grams, how many sugar grams 12 Oreos is, it makes you guys to think next time I'm going to smash 12 Oreos, well, maybe I won't do that because it's not the best option for me. I could have something that's a little healthier that I could eat way more of, but it's not going to be as much fat grams and all that good stuff. So I think that's a big reason that I want people to track, but also getting into, with your macros, your proteins, carbs, and fats. And what that comes down to is everybody has a range we think that they should have. Jeremy that I work with, he always says about 100 to 150 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, 100 grams of fat. Again, I do it a little different. I'm always open to doing, about a gram per pound that you have for protein, and then going in your carbs and fats, making the ratios off that 30 to 50% going off of that and getting what we're going to have. Because I do that because some people want to eat more carbs and some people actually respond better with carbs and vice versa. Some people like to eat more fat or the body reacts better to fat. So that's why I don't do like the 100 to 100. It works. It's just, me personally, I don't do that. So I'm not going to make everybody I work with do that as well. And so with going into tracking the protein, the carbs, and the fats, you want to have those ratios like we talked in a previous podcast. If you're only having 1,200 calories or 1,400 calories a day, but that's coming from only carbs and fats, that's not going to give you the quality muscle that you're looking for. And it's also not going to help you maintain the body that you're kind of trying to get when you're trying to get that muscle and maintain the muscle. So that's why it's also really important to see. And then it's also just so you guys have knowledge of what you're eating. Like me, I personally eat pretty similar every single day. I like the foods I eat. If it's chicken or if it's lean turkey for my protein source, eggs, or tuna's not so much. That's just on my cutting diet. But even reasons for that, like I know what's in it. I know a can of tuna now has 20 grams of protein and 1.5 grams of fat that I'm eating every single day. I know that, 4 ounces of my lean turkey is going to have 24 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat, no carbs, And I know that because I've done it for so long. And now I say that to people because I think it's just important for you guys to have it so okay, well, this is around 20 grams of protein. You don't have to be specific. You don't have to weigh out your food. You don't have to get crazy with it. But I think it is important for you guys to do that maybe for a couple of weeks of seeing what you're putting in your body. And that's when I work with a client. That's the first thing I have them do, because a lot of times it's like, hey, I want to gain weight, or hey, I want to gain muscle or lose fat or whatever it is. But give me a meal plan. I'm like, well, I don't know what you're eating. Because for example, for what I weigh and what I'm doing, I can eat 3,000 calories a day and I don't gain any weight. I about maintain it. And I know I get yelled at all the time. I suck because people are like, you suck. I wish I could eat that much. Yes, I get it. I suck. But it's knowing that I can eat 3,000. And for me, now that I'm cutting, okay, well, I maintain at 3,000 now. Cut, let's go 2,700. Okay, eventually it'll be 2,500. And I can cut from that. And I know what foods are going to give me that. Compared to a lot of people, some days they're eating 1,200 calories, and then other days they're eating 3,700 calories. And then you're just going up and down. You don't really know what you're having, and you're not getting any, like some days it will be 500 carbohydrates, some days it will be 3. Like, you never know what you're getting. So I tell people, because I want you guys to be knowledgeable on what you're putting in your body, so you guys can at least have an idea. If you go out to eat, you're not going to be able to make the best choice, but be like, okay, well, if I get some chicken and something else, well, at least I'm getting 20 grams of protein from this meal, or 25 grams of protein. And then you guys can just kind of put it in your head, so you at least are knowledgeable of what you're putting in. And that's why it's super important, I feel, to track what you guys eat, just because it's the same I tell people when you track your money. You need to know where your money's going, right? You guys work hard, you're in a business, or you're working hard and making money. Well, you want to know where that money's going, because you don't want to look at the end of the day and be like, I'm working so hard and now I have nothing to show for it. All went to bills. Well, it's the same with calories in your food. What if you're in the gym 5 days a week, but you're eating 400 calories too much, and now you're not seeing any progress? And it could be, it could be an extra sandwich a day that's holding you back from your goals of losing weight or losing some of that body fat. So that's why, again, I just want you guys to think about, if you haven't tracked, I use MyFitnessPal. Super easy. Go onto the App Store. It's free. You guys type it in. You can kind of play with your goals. I don't even say do that. I just say, once you guys get it, just track it and be, okay, put in your foods. It's got a cool scanning thing where you can just scan it, your food label, and it's going to find the food most of the time. It's going to have the macros already on it, the calories, and just play with that. And like I said, you don't need to be specific with it. You don't need to go buy a food scale right away and do that. Eventually you might want to, just so you have a really good idea what you're doing. But now I'm knowing, this is what a scoop, or this is what a serving of peanut butter actually is. And that's the biggest thing, is in America, our portions are out of whack, and we don't know what an actual portion size. Like my normal one that I tell people is cereal. Most people will be like, I just have a bowl of cereal. And what they don't understand is when you guys are having a bowl of cereal, you're usually having, most people I meet, 2 to 3 to 4 servings of that cereal. So it's like, I'm only having 30 carbs with 12 grams of sugar and like 4 grams of protein. It's not that bad. No, you're right, Susie. It's not that bad until you don't know that you just ate 3 servings, and now that's 90 grams of carbohydrates you're starting off with, and you don't work out at all. Like, that's why I tell people this. It's just so you guys can see what the heck you're putting in your body. So that's my little piece on why I think you guys should track. I think it's super important for you guys to just be knowledgeable of what you're putting in your body, so you guys can make adjustments or make better choices when you guys are out to eat, or you're out on vacation, or just even for your own personal knowledge. So that's my little Friday tidbit to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more podcasts here soon. Thanks again for tuning in. And if you guys haven't, again, press that subscribe button. And until next time, do something you love and just keep being active. All right, talk to you later, guys.